going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Nerdy Boys Reviews. We're your hosts. I'm Scott.
I'm Christian.
And hope everybody's doing all right this week. This week was awesome. We had the Flash and Arrow crossovers. This video is part 2, though.
Right. Pretty much in this episode, Ollie, Diggle, and Arsenal track down Captain Boomerang, kind of, slash Digger Harkness, I think is his name.
Yeah.
But they're surprised when they're met with an Argus task force team, and then Oliver and the Flash have to team up to kind of track him down. And what are some of your favorite moments from this episode?
Some of my favorite moments would be they're referring to the hideout of the Arrow as the Arrow Cave.
Yeah, that was great.
It's pretty funny. I liked it.
Like one of my favorite scenes was when the Flash first came. He caught the boomerangs.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes of the whole episode. Outside of that, there were a lot of great scenes. Barry and Oliver have in the past couple episodes just kind of struggled understanding each other's philosophies.
Yeah.
And in this episode, you see them kind of grow more of an understanding for each other after all of that. So that was really cool to see too.
Yeah, I think another one of my top moments would definitely have to be when, Oliver agrees for Barry to go out with him, and then Barry zooms ahead of him and ties everybody up and has that little cocky look on his face, haha.
That was
the
cool
shit.
Too. He's like, what took you so long? Where you been? I could eliminate a lot of time for you.
Yeah, and then there's another guy he still forgot somehow. He was hilarious.
Yeah, and he's like, I knew he was there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then there's another cool scene where I feel like it could have been a hint towards something, or maybe they just added it on for some stupid reason. Arsenal had Nightwing batons.
Yeah, he I was like, what the hell? This is a little awkward, but kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that they were alluding to the supposed Titans show that's supposed to be coming on to TNT, I think, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it was an allude to that, but maybe it's just they just added it because they thought it'd be cool.
And one of the coolest scenes I think they've done in any show was the ending, where they're oh, let's finally see who's better, but they didn't really show anything. But it was still hella cool.
Yeah, got you super pumped up, and I thought that scene was pretty sweet too, because you get to see them talk, just the two of them, when there's nobody else around, nobody listening. And they're gearing up to fight, and then he's like, "Are you ready?" That's and everybody has been blowing up on Twitter, blowing up all over the internet. It's well, who would really win?
Right.
Everybody seems I don't know, from what I've seen, the consensus from what I've been seeing from fans, everybody thinks the Arrow would win.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying from this point in time, he's way more experienced and he has the knowledge, and Barry's just kind of starting out. So at this point in time, they think that Oliver has the advantage, but if the Flash had more years under his belt, he probably would.
If you also take in consideration just based off of what happened in the first episode, I don't know, I feel the Flash would win, because if it wasn't for Dr. Wells and who else ever showed up with that little rainbow freaking
spectrum light thing.
Yeah, I don't even know what to call it. They didn't show up with that to break Barry from the influence of rage. Then, for the most part, he was kicking Arrow's ass.
Right, and he has a healing factor, and Ollie doesn't.
Just fatigue alone would have eventually got him, I feel like.
Yeah. Something else that I really liked from this episode, it was, Cisco made improvements on, Oliver's outfit.
Oh, yeah, that was super awesome. I was like, ooh, can't wait to see more,
Yeah, and, it was, a funny, when he was red, I like it, about Arsenal's outfit and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then, the Flash talked about it, too. He's like, oh, cool outfit. It's
cool
funny. Yeah, it was great.
I really hope they do more crossovers. I hope they do more crossovers with the newer shows that are coming out, because Supergirls and potentially Titans and some other shows that have been rumored to be coming out. I hope they do crossovers with all of them. And then even Stephen Amell was saying that he'd be down to do a Gotham crossover.
That'd be cool too.
That'd be pretty badass. But then it'd be kind of confusing. Who would you be crossing over? Would you it'd have to be a time hop to be able to do it, or maybe he's talking about maybe just teaming up with Gordon.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Something.
That's a little food for thought for sure.
Overall, how great was this episode?
I don't even know if there's a grade for it. it exceeded my expectations. Like this, so much hype coming into these episodes. Like part 1 and part 2 is like nothing just really led up. You had everything you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had like a couple emotional scenes, like nothing over the top. You had like great action scenes, and oh my god, the comedy was outstanding.
It was great. Would you consider like the part 1 and part 2 kind of like one episode, or would you consider them like kind of separate entities, and like would one edge out the other for you, like that you like better?
Definitely, there are components of both episodes that I liked, but I would give the edge to part 1.
Yeah,
I just think like the comedy in that, like I've always been like more of a comedy guy anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have an appreciation for like more like comedic sides of things.
Yeah.
And I just feel that, you know, that episode, man, Diggle's expressions, dude, it's too funny.
I feel like the best part about part 1 was like this contrast between like, because there were really, really dark moments, but there was also like a lot of light, funny moments, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And Arrow itself is a much darker show. So you're going to not get the comedy as much, but you still get a little bit of it, which is still great.
Yeah, for sure.
And Cisco brought a lot to it.
Oh, yeah. Cisco is like, I've said it over and over. He's like one of my favorite characters, man. He's so funny. He's so funny. But, you know, I do agree with you on that. You know, Arrow is a darker show. And like I said, there's like parts that I do like from it, and I do enjoy the fact that like it didn't just help Arrow out. I mean, the Flash out. It helped his team out and like helped them realize like, you know, they've been taking this as a game. You know? Going and teaming up with Arrow in his city is like a reality check. You know.
Yeah, it's like a well-oiled machine almost.
Yeah.
And like they're kind of just like, because Barry just runs into everything, you know, and like.
Yeah, he definitely got taught some lessons from the Arrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like he also kind of like put Ollie in check too, because he was like, well, I've gone through a lot. Like my parents are dead, blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah, my parents are dead too. Well, his mom's dead, and he's like,
that was a crazy scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so great.
That was like one of the best drama scenes in the whole episode. Like, it really adds some tension, you know.
I like how they learn from each other,
mm-hmm.
and I really hope I hope it's not like every 2 weeks, because then like it wouldn't be like nearly as suspenseful to see crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
But like maybe like once a month. Maybe once every 2 months, like that would be fantastic.
Well, at least
they should do it more often.
Yeah, like before the episodes before the finales or before the mid-season finales, like they did this time, like would be great, you know.
Yeah,
like twice a season or something like that.
Yeah, 2 maybe 3 at max. Like that'd be good for me.
Mm-hmm. And I like how they made the episodes stand on their own still. Like it wasn't a direct crossover. So then when they actually released them on DVD, you know, you could watch the full Arrow season without needing to watch that one Flash episode, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know. I feel like they do tie in a little bit.
Yeah, they tie in definitely, but like it's not like you have to watch the first one to watch the second one.
Well, okay. Put it this: I actually feel like the part 1 didn't tie into anything, but the Arrow side, the part 2 did actually tie into their grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, but you know, it's like Rainbow Raider. You know, it's like okay, whatever.
Yeah, but they used him great. Like he wasn't the main part of the episode, which was great. He was just a tool to get through their point.
So now you asked me for my grade, and I didn't even get to ask you for yours. So what would be your grade?
Yeah, man? I still think part 1 was better, but I still give this episode like 9.5 out of 10. You know, like 95% A.
Yeah, like I mean, I said there wasn't a grade, but I mean, since I had to, I mean, A+ for both episodes.
Yeah,
great episodes.
Great episodes. So, anything else?
Nope.
All right, so I think that's all we have for this week. I'm Christian.
I'm Scott.
And this is Nerdy Boys Reviews. Stay nerdy, boys!